It's black and white.
Hey, how's it going, guys? If you're watching this video, chances are you're already familiar with the whole Takata airbag issue. It was discovered in 2008 by Honda, as far as I know, and since then more and more manufacturers found out that they had the exact same issue. By the way, when you're watching the video, ignore my hand gestures. That was because I initially recorded the video as I was driving, and I thought it was going to be fine, but then I played it back. Turned out the audio wasn't that good, so you couldn't hear me that well. So I decided to do a voiceover. So just ignore all the hand gestures in my video. Anyway, getting back to Takata airbags, in Australia alone, they think there are around 2.7 million cars there with these faulty airbags. There were two kinds of airbags. There was Takata Alpha and Takata Beta airbags. And what was happening that after around 6 years on the road, because of the humidity, apparently the inflator of the airbag, the cap on top of it would be degraded, and when the airbag inflated, the metal shrapnel would come through the airbag and into your face. Um, and this issue was worse on alpha models of the airbags. So I don't know if you guys watched the TV show called Checkout. It comes from ABC Australia. It's a beautiful show. I love that show. It's all about consumer affairs, but the way the guys do it, it's hilarious, and I love it. And they done some research on it. They found out that alpha airbags were faulty 1 in 2 airbags. So that's 50% of the airbags, they were faulty. Whereas the Takata Beta airbags, so there was 1 in 400 airbags that was faulty. So what happened in my case was that I got a call, no, not a call, sorry, actually a letter from Subaru telling me that I had the Alpha airbag in my car, so I had to have it replaced quickly. That was mid-December, and they said to me that new airbags should be in stock by mid-February. So I contacted them in mid-February. They said they still didn't have it. There's going to be a lot longer delay than expected, and they told me that it could be either June or July before I could get my car in. And I told them, guys, I'm shitting bricks every time I get in my car. I'm really scared, and I've seen pictures on the internet and it does not look pretty. And then they said, if you're really concerned about it, what we can do is we can put the Takata Beta airbags in your car, which are a little less faulty compared to alpha airbags, and because they're going to be brand new, so they should be technically very safe because they don't start to malfunction until after around 6 years. So I thought at the moment that's the best bet for me, and they gave me a date, well, within a week to have them replaced to the Takata Beta, and I had them done today. So what's happening with it? They're giving priority to Takata Alpha airbags, and within that category, especially the ones who are over 6 years old or close to being 6 years old. So the priority would be, if you have Takata Beta airbags, you'll be on the bottom of the priority list, and if you have even the Alpha airbags, but they're less than 6 years old, you would still be on the lower end of the priority. So they're gonna target the cars with the Alpha with 6 years old airbags. So like I said, it's been happening because of the humidity, and Takata originally wanted to just replace them in the humid countries or humid states around the world, but then now all the governments and the countries have kind of started talking about it. No, 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 it has to be changed everywhere. That's what's been happening in Australia. So they had to make it compulsory to have it changed in every single car that has Takata airbags. So apparently there are over 100 million cars worldwide they would have to be recalled. So they're basically fixing with the beta, they're fixing an old defect with the new defect. I will leave the link in the description to a website where you could see all the cars that are affected by it, and that's actually Australian government website. So I'll leave the link in the description for that. And while we're talking about it, what happened was I started looking at it yesterday on the internet to see how companies have reacted to it. What I found, like Subaru made it so much easier for their customers to quickly rectify this problem, and they were very helpful about it. So I have my hats off to Subaru, the way they dealt with my problem, and the customer service was absolutely wonderful, and it was so easy to find the links to the recall notice online for Subaru. So I wanted to see how other companies have decided to deal with it, and to my surprise, it was not good. Most of the companies, there are some Japanese companies, they were being quite responsible about it, but there are other companies, oh my god, it's so shonky. So yeah, I'll show you what I mean in the next clip, just down here. So let's have a look on which of these companies are actually trying to fix this issue. Now, if you're in Australia, you can go to this website here, productsafety.gov.au, and recall. If you just type in Takata airbag recalls, you should get a link to this website. So this would have the list of all the cars that have been recalled here in Australia. So it's a really handy tool. So if your own company is kind of dodgy and not giving you information, you can always go and check your car here. Now, I've been looking at this since yesterday, and there are only few companies that they're actually taking responsibility for it, and they're taking proactive actions to fix this issue. So, and most of those companies, by I don't know if it's a coincidence, are Japanese, right? And all the other companies like American companies and even some of the European companies, they're actually trying to dodge it. So let's have a look here. So if you just type in Honda recall, right? And that's how it should be. It should be very simple. It's you just type in Honda recall, this is the result you get, and you click here. There you go. There is information right handy there for you. It's explaining you what's going on with this Takata recall, and yeah, you can. This is how you can contact them, and it also shows which cars are affected. Right? Same story here. We got Toyota recall. Click on Toyota. There you go, and there is a list for that. They've even given you the VIN number entry so you can check your own car. Lexus, same story. Lexus is a direct link to it. BMW, there you go. BMW has clear information about the cars that are affected by it. And then we got Subaru. By far, I have found the Subaru's page is the most efficient, and it's like they're not mucking around. They're getting to the point with bold red letters right there telling you that, you know, guys, this is serious. Unless you want to have your face changed into Swiss cheese, you call this number right away. To the point, there is no extra graphics or anything like that trying to distract you. They're basically trying to tell you that it is serious, and even says can cause serious injury and death, not even once, twice, and the third time, right? So there you can tell Subaru is really serious about the safety of the car. You also get your VIN identification lookup, and also in case you don't have your VIN handy, you can also scroll down and they got the list of all the cars that are affected by these Takata Alpha airbags, right? So I love Subaru's page. Let's move it up here. And Mitsubishi's page is actually quite good as well, to the point. It does not have as clear information as Subaru's page, kind of grayed out, but yeah, you can put your VIN number there, you can look it up. And Nissan, and by far I found the second best page would be by Nissan. So it's got this video here with the caution, you know, kind of sign there, and you can also check your VIN number there. But if you compare it with Subaru, this is a lot easier to read, and the contact information is right there. I found Subaru's page is much more convenient to follow. Now let's move to the dodgy ones, right? Mazda had actually a recall page as well. Let's have a look at Mazda's. It does not give you much information about what the recall is for unless you scroll down and click on it. So yeah, they're making it harder for you to find it, that what's the exact reason, and or basically trying to sugarcoat it a little bit, but you can look it up here. And I was reading up reports online. Apparently Mazda has been really criticized for it, the way they have been handling it, and apparently they have been also trying to make it very hard for people to make appointments. Now let's move on to Ford. Ford has also got a page, but it's actually quite hard to find. So it's not as simple as typing Ford recalls. I had to actually look for it from a long list. Now let's move on to the dodgy ones. First of all, Ferrari. You would think you're paying a top buck for a nice Ferrari, and they would look after you as a customer. Here we go. We got a search page here. It says Ferrari recall. There is no link. No link whatsoever about the recall, right? Nothing. So I went on Ferrari's own website to see if they have any information whatsoever. But look at here. There's Ferrari.com. No information whatsoever about the recall. Seriously, Ferrari, what the hell? People pay so much money for your ridiculous cars, and you clearly do not give a shit about your customers. Look at that. There's no information. Nowhere. I was so surprised that Ferrari doesn't have any information about it. I honestly thought when I was looking up on this website that Ferrari would have it like in bold red letters everywhere. It's like, hey guy, because we have rich customers, they pay us a lot of money, maybe let's look after them, just giving them a free cup of cappuccino when they get to your dealership, it doesn't make up for it. So screw you, Ferrari. Now let's move on to the Fiat group. So if you look here, so Fiat owns Chrysler, Dodge, Ferrari, and Jeep. So now you will see there is a pattern here. So like I said, Ferrari is owned by Fiat. They don't have any information, right? Now let's look for Chrysler. You look for Chrysler recall. Nothing. There is one page here, and when you open that, which actually have already opened here, but see, no information. It's a blank page. Let's try reopening it just to make sure it wasn't a problem with my browser or anything, or my internet connection. It's reloading. Nope, it's a blank page. No information whatsoever. Seriously, what the hell? Now the same pattern, because Dodge is owned by Fiat as well. Yep, nothing on Dodge's page. They did create a page for recall, but with no information on it. It's literally a blank page. The company is basically giving you a middle finger about your safety. There you go. So think twice before buying these dodgy cars. So Dodge, more like dodgy, and Jeep is the only one from all these four companies from Fiat Group that actually kind of has a page. But look how unreadable this is, right? It's kind of it looks like somebody held a gun to their head to make this page. And I know that gun, that's the gun from Australian consumer law, so they had to make it because otherwise there are going to be penalties. So yeah, this is so dodgy. So honestly, I actually, like I said, I took my car to Subaru today. Loved their customer service. They were so understanding. They even had a bloody shuttle bus service to the city because they're on the west end of the city, so they dropped us there. And on the phone call too, they didn't take long at all. And besides, and you be the judge, like you can compare all of these pages. I think Subaru's page is the most readable. I'm not just saying because I own a Subaru, but hey, heck, to be honest, I'm glad I own a Subaru because now I can see that this is a company that does care about their customer. Heck, all these companies do kind of care about their customer. Apparently Toyota was also trying to dodge this. They only started doing it after they had a little call from the ACCC, and BMW, Mitsubishi has it's a decent page, but I would say Nissan has the second best page. So as you can probably already see where I'm going with this, most of these companies, they do not care about you because they are not the ones sitting behind that airbag. It's you, your children, your family, and your loved ones, your friends. So it's up to you to twist the arm of these manufacturers to get these done. You tell them that your life matters, that you will not just sit at home and ride in that little death trap every single day. So it's up to you, and I have already told all of my friends that I know they own these cars to go and check them, and I hope that you would do the same. And because this is a serious matter, these companies, for them it's just another car. They really don't care about your life. For them it's all about money. And let's just admit it, most of these companies, they only decided to do this because the government regulations. If the government didn't say anything about it, they wouldn't even say anything about it at all, because yeah, money. So I hope you guys would spread this message across to your loved ones. And if you are the one who owns the car, please get on it quickly. Twist their arm, tell them no, you would not accept a 6 months waiting period. You want to have it fixed right now because your life matters. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
It's black and white.